Is a loan to a family member an emergency fund item?
I don't believe so. Again, if it's a loan to an adult, I don't think that's your emergency. It might be urgent to you. If my kid calls and says, my grown kid calls and say, I can't pay my rent this month, I goofed off my money. Well, okay, because you don't want your kid to suffer or get evicted. To me, that's not my emergency, and I shouldn't pull from my emergency fund. I should be able to pull from my spending. If I need to let them borrow some money, I can pull from my regular spending. So I'm saying if you do your money right, you'll have, not only will you have a huge emergency fund for 3 to 6 months, in your spending money, you'll have a huge amount. Your spending money or your spending fund, that shouldn't go to zero. You shouldn't say, oh, this is my spending and I can spend out of it, so I'm going to spend all of it to the next time I get a check. That still has you living, in my opinion, from paycheck to paycheck. Your spending fund should also be growing. And when a family member, a kid has a urgent thing that where they fail to take care of their business, then if you want to help, pull out of that. But I don't believe you should pull out of your emergency fund to help somebody else. And I know that sounds terrible, but to me, it's just like they teach you if you're on a plane and the plane's going down, you make sure you put on your oxygen mask first. But if you give your oxygen mask away, which in this case is your emergency fund, then what do you have? You got to worry about your own self, yourself staying afloat. And I don't mean that in a selfish way.